Hey, what's going on, everybody in YouTube universe and around social media? It's your Mad Hatter behind the microphone, the villain with the vocabulary, the connoisseur of mostly things controversial. That's right, born in the 337, adopted by the 910, now living in Boogie Down H-Town. You are now in front of the camera behind the mic with the best from east to west is J-E-S-S, Jess. Before we go any further, let's go ahead and do the right thing. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button, and ring that notification bell. That way you're up to date on all my latest content and videos. All right? Get it? Got it? Good. Let's move on. Now, let's talk about car crashes, guys. Car crashes are one of those unfortunate things that can impact our lives from the fender bender to something horrific. And also, car crashes is something that happens that is horrible to see, but you can't take your eyes off of it, right? And I'm more than certain that we've all been caught up in a fender bender before in our life. I'm more than certain we've seen car crashes along I-10 or I-95 or wherever you may be. But I want to talk about a few car crashes today that all happened within the past 12 calendar months that went viral. Okay? They went viral. Now, I'm pretty sure you remember Miss Nicole Linton. Nicole Linton was a nurse out of Houston, Texas, who was in Los Angeles. I'm not sure she was living there, she was working, she was visiting. But Nicole had an incident that went viral, and well, that's enough of me. Just watch this.
It happened with seemingly no warning. A Mercedes sped through a red light into a crowded intersection, crashing into multiple cars in the Windsor Hills suburb near Los Angeles. Among the fiery wreckage, the California Highway Patrol says 6 people were killed, including a pregnant woman and a baby. Alphonse.
Okay, so as you can see in the video, Miss Nicole Linton was speeding through traffic, going well over the speed limit. I don't know exactly how fast she was going, but she was hella moving, taking the lives of several others. Uh, she was apprehended. She is still in custody. At the time when this happened, word was going around that she had suffered from mental illness. Now, I did some research, and she is a nurse. She was committed to a mental facility before for trying to harm herself. And again, I'm not a doctor or a psychiatrist, so I'm not going to question a woman's mental health. I would ask if you are, and someone can correct me if I'm wrong, if you have a mental state as to where you've been committed for trying to harm yourself, can you still operate as a nurse? No. Can you still operate in that kind of capacity? Because if you are a threat to yourself, um, there's a potential you might not be able to care for others as well. Again, someone let me know if that's true or not. All my nurses out there, my CNAs, my RNs, my doctors, drop a line in the comment section and let me know about that. Okay. And as of late, she is still in custody. And she pleaded not guilty to these charges. She's been charged with 6 counts of murder, 5 counts of vehicular manslaughter. She remains in the county jail with a no bond. And as of late, her lawyer says it's possible or it is factual that she had a seizure behind the wheel, which caused her to do this, this horrific incident. Um, Let me say this, man. These vehicles that we get behind are not toys. I know we all like, nice cars, we like them fast, we like them sleek. But you're supposed to act responsible with these vehicles. You understand? These are 2,000-pound missiles that you have to be careful of when operating them, because if it's in the hands of somebody irresponsible, unfortunately, things like this can happen. So, moving forward, another incident we're going to cover, Miss Taavia Chapman. This is another one that went viral. This happened actually in the Kroger parking lot, as to where something got out of hand between two significant others, and unfortunately, someone met their untimely demise on this one. Let's watch. See, she's got out, went back and continued the assault, throwing punches and bunches. Okay. Now, in this video, Miss Chapman was at the grocery store with her significant other, her baby daddy, her boyfriend at the time. He goes inside the grocery store. Uh, she procures, apprehends, somehow it fell in her hands, his cell phone. Then she starts rummaging through his phone, and she found messages between he and her sister that she deemed inappropriate. Well, instead of waiting till you get in the car to ask him about it, I'm not sure if she contacted her sister and her sister confirmed or denied anything. She decides to have a bit of road rage and attempts to run over, her baby daddy. Now, she kind of clipped him a bit, but not enough to do any significant damage. He did suffer some injuries. But in the midst of her doing that, she ran over disabled 58-year-old Christopher Scott. Now, Mr. Scott, from my understanding, was loved by the community. This guy was a sound engineer for musicians back in the day, such as the Temptations and Prince. So, real cool guy from what we're saying, but unfortunately, he lost his life in the crossfires between the lovers' quarrel. What makes this so sad in this instance is that not only did she take someone's life, she could have taken the life of someone else, but she also had her baby in the car with her. I think the baby was 8 months old at the time. She had the baby in the car when she committed this assault. Then, not only did she attempt to run over her kid's father, she hit a man and killed him. The child was in the car, but after she comes to a complete stop and park, she gets out the car and continues her assault. Now, I remember when this case went to trial, she too was claiming, mental illness. Once again, I'm not a psychiatrist or a psychologist or a doctor, but normally, and again, I can't approve or deny or give any kind of confirmation of this woman's mental state. I do know this much. Police reports have shown that there was also another incident where she got violent with her child's father prior to this beforehand. The cops, knew about this couple. Now, I know a lot of you may say, Jess, well, how do you know he wasn't doing anything to her? I don't know, but I do know that it doesn't warrant her taking the life of somebody that was innocent and also endanger the life of her child. It's easier said than done, but sometimes in these situations, it's best to walk away. It's best to take 10 and breathe and think about the things that you are doing, because you don't want a rash decision to cause you the rest of your life, or cause the life of a loved one, or cause the life of an innocent bystander. And in this case, this is exactly what she did. Now, Ms. Chapman is being charged on 2 counts of murder, 2 counts of felonious assault, 1 count of attempted murder, 1 count of endangering a child. See, this could have been avoided. At the end of the day, what is it proof? Let's say if she gets convicted on all of these charges and her boyfriend was sleeping with her sister, it's still going to happen now that you're behind bars. What did you prove? And I don't want anybody to think that I'm picking on women. It just so happened that, all three of these mofos committed these crimes within the past 12 months. It is what it is. Facts do not care about your feelings. Jess doesn't care about your feelings if I'm telling the truth. And I know I'm telling the truth. It is what it is. Bottom line. Personally, I hope both of these women spend the rest of their lives behind bars. And I can tell you why once the video is done. Okay. Now, all three of these ladies should spend the rest of their life behind bars. You know what? No, I'll take that back. 2 of them took the life of somebody. This third one, that she just needs to, sit some time and time out for quite a long time and think about what she's done. Now, this video, it's all over the internet. Some people are doing their stories on it, and they're making a mockery of it. Yeah, I know there's nothing funny about this at all. She could have actually seriously done some damage to herself or others. We got to be careful about, the things that we do. There's cameras all around us, and how we act and behave is going to affect us for the rest of our lives. Okay. In the world of social media, we have all these videos. It's nice. It's fun to have. It's cool. But again, things follow us, both good and bad. Things can come back from our past and haunt us, and we can also use these same devices to catch those who are guilty of crimes. Uh, in this instance, this young lady decided to take matters in her own hands and attempted to use her vehicle as a weapon when her life was not in jeopardy. She actually endangered the lives of several others and her significant other. Now, this young lady's name is Miss Kendra Nance. Okay. Kendra Nance is in Chicago and had a brief run-in with two other ladies at a local gas station. And she decided to take matters in her own hands. Check it out. This is the wreckage of the vehicle. Mm-hmm. Pay attention.
It's wild, and Forest Park police tell us this video you're about to see helped them piece together exactly what happened, and now a female is in custody. This wild video was recorded after an argument started at Jackson Boulevard and Harlem
See,
Avenue at the Thornton's
boyfriend trying to calm her down, tell her like chill out.
Recorded it all.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to the dude Jay Mills, man, for catching us on camera.
The woman behind the wheel of the Ford SUV started hurling homophobic and racial slurs at the two. The N-word and from there, the fight escalated as people were trying to. The female driver hit the.
Look, she drug her boyfriend.
As she left the gas station, the driver struck a vehicle waiting at the southbound.
Struck another vehicle.
As if nothing happened at all, the driver managed to exit out of the broken window.
Started laughing. Like the Terminator mixed with the Joker.
They were captured on camera trying to see.
Now, the thing about it is she actually picked him up and started hobbling away from the scene of the crime. And she exited the vehicle, laughing that hysterical, maniacal laugh. Ha, 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 ha. Like some sort of mixture of the Terminator and the Joker. People like that need to be put away. And let me say this. I don't know her mental state. I do know she's being charged with let's see, criminal damage to property, aggravated assault, using a deadly weapon, reckless conduct, reckless driving, and she doesn't even have a license. Okay. Let me because you are feeling a certain kind of way in that moment, or you feel that your mental state is tweaked at that moment, does not give you the right to or excuse you from committing a crime. The alcoholic or the guy that has a bad day at work goes out to the bar for a drink and then smashes into a family doesn't get to use that excuse that I had a bad day or I'm an alcoholic. He still is going to be held accountable for his actions in the court of law, as he should, and as all three of these ladies should. If you are feeling that angry, if you are going through something, take a step back and breathe, because your next decisions could be your last. You and I don't want to make it seem like I'm putting it as a race thing, because it's truly not. It's just a humanity thing, as to where you have to be mindful of yourself and those around you and the decisions that you make. Make better decisions, people. Okay. Get out your feelings and start thinking. Use this, not so much as this. Okay. The first incident, a woman was clearly going well over the speed limit. Well over the speed limit. I don't care where you are, you can tell. And luckily, she took several lives. It could have been a lot worse. She was near a gas station. Second video. When things pull at our heartstrings, our feelings get involved, we can make some pretty rash decisions. What that woman did was not unexcusable, and I think she deserves to spend the rest of her life behind bars. So is the first one. The third woman, Miss Nance, that was just stupid. Okay. Pure unadulterated stupidity, and in my opinion, you can't fix stupid. You guys take care of yourself. Be good to each other. Excellence over excuses.